Let's jump into the material network. Let's find our glass bottle shader. I think we'll move this right up. Click this drop down arrow, and what we'll do is create an RS texture. So this node will be used to import our texture files via the $job path. Source images, condensation. I've already done a map that's very similar to what we painted, so I use that one. You guys are welcome to do the same. And I'm going to plug this into the reflection roughness. And the reason I plug it into the reflection roughness and not the refraction roughness is because this link to reflection option is ticked. So whatever we change in here via the roughness here will be sort of reflected in this section. So they're linked. Let's jump out. We'll turn off the liquid bubbles cap text and the droplets as well, just so we've got the bottle on its own. I'll restart the render. And we've got this kind of result. So we can see here that where the water trails are, where we painted black, that's 0% rough. And where we painted in the white areas, that's 100% rough. So right now that's currently too strong. There's way too much contrast, so we need to sort of level that out a little bit. And the way we do that is by adding an RS change range. So we need to remap the black and white values. So the black values are fine. We don't mind these trails being 0% black, or 0% rough rather. But we do mind those white values. So we need to bring those white values down to something more sensible, to around something about 0.2. So now we're starting to look a lot more realistic. So to enhance this that little bit more, we can create an RS noise node. Let's also create a redshift material to test our noise first before we put it on the bottle. So we have this. I set my RS noise to something like, let's take a look. I set the complexity to 17, the amplitude gain to 0.95, like this. The frequency scale to 1.667. On the coordinates tab, I set the overall scale to 9.532. I set the offset to 9.983. And you guys don't have to use this. These are just settings that work quite well for me, and I found they look quite nice. Okay, so we've got our RS noise, and we kind of want to integrate this noise in with our texture map here. So the way we do that is by multiplying the noise in with our painted map. So if we create an RS multiply node, RS mul, we'll plug this into input 1, the RS noise into input 2, and plug this into the surface shader there. And you can see what we're getting there. I'll just take a snapshot for that. I'll just switch back and forth so you can see these three. Just going to scale this window down just a touch. So just switching between these. So we've got our normal painted map, we've got our noise, and then we're multiplying these two together, which gives us this. Which gives us a far more breakup. So if I plug this in to the reflection roughness now, let's reapply our glass bottle shader. Click off the snapshot. And we're getting something a lot more detailed there. And it's looking a lot more realistic. What I'll do next is I think I'd like to increase the contrast a little bit of this result. I'll plug this back into the redshift material. Let's reapply it so we can see what we're doing. And in between here, we'll add a RS color correct. Just drop that in between. And I'm just going to slide the contrast down. And make sure that this is going into the input, not in the gamma. There you go, just hit re-render on there. So this was originally set to 0.5, and we're just bringing this down to create more contrast. So the whites are getting whiter, and the blacks are, I believe the blacks are staying where they are. And 0.18 worked well for me. Let's replug this back in. Reapply this shader to the bowl. So now our trails are standing out, and we've also got some really nice sort of frosty looking glass there.